listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Daniel Davidson has completed his warm-ups, and we're set to go in the bottom of the first inning. After the Travs strand Brandon Wood in the top half, Arkansas scored only one run over the 19 innings of this series. The Frisco RoughRiders, however, have scored 8 runs for the Travs 1. None of the first innings. Kevin Mahar fouls the first pitch back for a strike. Daniel Davidson facing Kevin Mahar, Enrique Cruz, and Adam Morrissey. Mahar, a tall right-handed batter with power and speed, was batting ninth yesterday when he went 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. 0-1 from Davidson, down and in, and Mahar scoots away from a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mahar, the .230 batter, leadoff batter today, split his time between leadoff and the 2-hole most of the season. 1-1 fouled at the plate, strike 2. Daniel Davidson in his 9 starts, just 1 win back on May the 2nd, 4 losses, and 4 no decisions. 5.14 ERA. It goes down on the road. 5 road starts ERA at 4.40. Davidson ahead of Mahar, 1-2 with Enrique Cruz on deck. 0-0, bottom 1. Lights are on. Still plenty of sunlight. 1-2, foul ball at the plate again on a breaking ball from Davidson. Davidson has surrendered 65 hits. 4 of them have left the ballpark. He's walked 18, struck out 26, all coming in 56 innings, which is a Travelers high, and ranking second in the league. Davidson records 5 outs, and he will have pitched the most innings of any Texas League pitcher so far. Mahar stepping back into the plate after fouling that pitch off his leg. Davidson, the left-hander from Lynn Haven, Florida, with a 1-2. A little off the plate outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davidson allowing a .301 batting average against. The RoughRiders, not a great offensive club. 2-2, hard hot to third. Nice play by Brown on the 1-hopper. He long throw to first in time, and he retires Mahar. 1 away, bringing up Enrique Cruz. Well, that ball was smoked directly to where Brown was standing, about 3 feet behind third base off the line. He was in perfect position for it, but that ball was hit so hard, it had the chance it could have eaten Brown up, but he stood his ground. Cruz, the batter, right-handed, shortstop. Pitch from Davidson, down and in, ball 1. Cruz sat yesterday after going 2 for 4 on Monday. Also provided a highlight reel catch at short. Here's a 1-0. Swung on, line drive to left field. Day is right there. Devin makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. By the way, Devin Day starting at another position. He has played at second, third, and short. He started in center field, and today Devin Day is in left. 2 quick outs. The other outfielders besides Day, Dwayne Bacon in center, Matt Pauley in right. Infield has Matt Brown at third, Wood the shortstop, Rodlin at second, Greg Porter at first, and Brent Del Chiaro doing the catching. Adam Morrissey stands into the plate and takes a called strike on the inside corner. Morrissey, a 4-year Texas League veteran, who spent 3 of the last 4 years with Midland, swings and misses at another changeup from Davidson, and quickly he's ahead 0-2. Morrissey has been the stalwart in this series for the RoughRiders with 5 hits and 8 trips to the plate, including a pair of doubles. But Davidson has an 0-2 count. Pitch comes and fouled on the Arkansas dugout, and it hit Tyrone Boykin in the stairwell. Ty jumped away from it and sort of tumbled down the stairwell, but as Ty still has his athletic prowess, he didn't tumble down and fall on his back. He sort of tumbled back and stayed on his feet. He stays in the stairwell, and now another 0-2 pitch is outside, ball 1. The dugouts are protected here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark, all except for the 2 stairwells, one on each side of the dugout. Guy just happened to be standing in the closer side. Pitch is inside here to Morrissey, and it evens it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morrissey hitting .449 with Frisco. He had gone just 7 for 40 at AAA Oklahoma before demotion. The 2-2 called strike 3 on the inside corner. Morrissey disagrees with the plate umpire Charlie O'Finley. And any baseball player knows where Charlie Finley goes, where he says goes, especially if he's a plate umpire. So Davidson with a 1-2-3 first. That'll take us into the second. 0-0 score on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers Baseball returns to the top of the second inning. 0-0 the score. Travs had the only base hit of the first inning, a 2-out double by Brandon Wood. But Wood was stranded, and the Travs will start in the second inning with 5-hole hitter Matt Brown. Andy Walker threw 16 pitches in the first inning. 1 strikeout. Pitch to the right-handed Brown, bends him back inside, ball 1. Matt Pauley on deck, then Jason Espedo, 5, 6, and 7 slots. Brown in his 44th game, still in the throes of a 2-week slump. Here's a 1-0 to the Traveler third baseman, playing in a fly ball into right field. That'll be Grayson drifting back, stops in front of the warning track and makes the catch. And Brown out number 1 of the second inning. Matt now 1 for 7 over the series. Matt Pauley will come to the plate. Pauley is responsible for the only Travs run this series. Homered in the 7th inning off West Littleton Monday night. Led off the inning with a home run, but the Travelers haven't scored a run since. Pauley, a left-hand batter, and the pitch comes from Walker on the outside corner for a strike. As I mentioned, the strike zone is big today, folks. It is off the plate. Plate umpire Charlie Finley has stretched it out a little bit, but it's going both ways. Here's an 0-1 to Pauley. Swing and a line drive shallow left. Blaylock's moving over towards the foul line, and he's there to make the catch for out number 2. Batters are going to have to get up there swinging today. They really cannot afford to take a lot of pitches because the strike zone is a little bit larger than usual. Now, don't take that as a complaint about the strike zone, because it seems that our plate umpire Charlie Finley will be fair and justified in calling the strikes as he sees them, because he's calling them both ways. Espedo first pitch swinging, fouls it off over the left side, strike 1. Espedo hitless in the series, 0 for 5. Yesterday struck out in both of his at-bats. Left-hand batter hitting .271 with no one on base and 2 away in the second. Pitch from Walker, a breaking ball. Got Espedo to swing and miss. Strike 2. So 2 quick outs and then 2 quick strikes to Espedo. Andy Walker on the verge of a perfect second inning. Here's the 0-2, and it's a changeup low, ball 1. Walker last year pitched more innings than any Rangers farmhand. It was in his first year in the Rangers organization. 177 2/3 innings. 2/3 of those innings at Single A Clinton, Iowa. The 1-2 is popped up over the third base dugout, and Espedo stays alive with a foul ball. Walker's season last year, 7-11 the record, and a 3.55 ERA. His Double-A debut this season, April the 7th. 1-2 pitch inside to Espedo on a breaking ball. He evens it up at 2-2. Waiting on deck, Brent Del Chiaro. 2 outs, and Espedo working with a 2-2 count. Here's a hands over the head windup by Walker. Esposito chops a pitch to the first baseman Gold on 2 bounces. He'll take it unassisted to first. And the Travs go down in order in the second inning. Bottom 2 on the way. It's still a 0-0 ball game here in Frisco on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman, Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, we go to the bottom of the second, still 0-0. Daniel Davidson has just thrown his first warm-up as Brent Del Chiaro was on the on-deck circle and had to put all of his equipment back on before getting back out there. So we'll be a little bit late to start this second inning. That'll give us a little bit of a chance to remind you about the 2006 Texas League All-Star Game presented by Arkansas Federal Credit Union, June 20th, 2006 at Ray Winder Field, 7:10 first pitch. Tickets are on sale right now, $8 for all box seats. General admission prices are $6 for adults. Kids 14 and under will get into the All-Star Game for only $3. And you'll want to call us up at 664-1555 or just go to the Ray Winder Field box office to pick up your ticket. It is assigned seating for the All-Star Game, and once a seat is sold, it cannot be resold. So if you're thinking of making plans to make it to the All-Star Game, well, you only have a little less than a month to go until that All-Star Game begins at Ray Winder Field on June the 20th. And it's brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. There'll be a fan fest at the Little Rock River Market, East Pavilion of the Farmers Market, Monday, June the 19th from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There'll be all kinds of memorabilia, chances to get autographs from the All-Stars, so you want to come out for that. It'll be a lot of fun at the Little Rock River Market on Monday, June 19th, 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock. Have fun with the Stars in downtown Little Rock. First pitch of the inning to Nate Gold, low. 1 ball, no strikes to the Frisco cleanup batter, who leads off the second. Daniel Davidson winds, delivers to Gold a high fastball, and it's a 2-0 count. Gold followed by Travis Metcalf and Anthony Webster. Gold hit a home run to get the RoughRiders started in the 4th inning yesterday. He's hit 6 on the year. The 2-0 pitch misses high again from Davidson, and it's 3-0. Gold at .263 average with 6 homers, 20 driven in. A 3-0 pitch coming. Generous strike call on the outside corner, 3-1. Gold is patient for being a power hitter. The 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. More of a slider action to it, and it's now full count. Gold has walked 17 times and whipped 20 times over his 33 games. Davidson struck a man out to end the first. Here's a payoff to Gold. Swung on, flied into right field, close to the foul line and shallow. Matt Pauley comes in, settles underneath it, and makes the catch. And that's out number 1. That'll bring up Travis Metcalf. Metcalf 6'3", right-hand batter from Wamego, Kansas. One of the top prospects on this ball club, but scuffling at Double-A. Metcalf hitting .228, 3 homers and 10 runs driven in. And the first pitch on the way from the Travs lefty, a strike at the knees on the inside corner. Nice first pitch from Daniel Davidson. See him getting ahead with his fastball today. 0-1 on Metcalf. Metcalf 0 for 3 last night. Pitch comes, fouled back, strike 2. Davidson throwing a lot of different pitches as usual, and rarely do you see 2 consecutive pitches with the same intent. Fastball mid-80s, curveball, changeup, slider. Here's an 0-2 to Metcalf. Inside, he'll jackknife out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Metcalf. We've had 2 hits in the series, including an RBI triple in the 6th inning of Frisco's 2-1 win against the Travs on Monday. No one on for Metcalf, 1 out in the 2nd. Davidson's pitch is low and outside. Evens it up at 2-2. Sun pouring over the third base grandstand as the 2-2 pitch on the way. Misses low and away, ball 3. Chateau's 4, 5, and 6 along the left field stand, blocking the sun from most of the infield, but it's right into the eyes of Matt Pauley in right field, who's blocking the sun with his glove. 3-2 pitch, a little nubber along the first base line, goes foul by half a foot. Greg Porter was there to field it, and Davidson was going to cover it first, but it was fouled by a little bit. Count remains full. The shadows are getting mighty long here. It's 7:30. Shadow from Chateau number 6 is stretching all the way almost to the right field wall. And again, Pauley in the Sun field. We hope there's no line drives hit to Pauley here in this 2nd inning. Give it about 15 minutes, and the shadows will engulf the field, but at the moment, it's the toughest time of the day for a right fielder to play here in Frisco. Payoff on the way. Swung on, chop to the hole at third. Nice stab by Matt Brown, reaching out. He throws low, and Greg Porter couldn't scoop it up. Safe at first is Metcalf, and that'll be a base hit for the Frisco RoughRiders, I believe. We'll wait for the call. Nice play by Brown getting to the chopper, where his throw went sour on him is when he wheeled around, threw it low, and instead of a good short hop for Greg Porter, it was more of an in-between hop. Porter did try to dig it out, but fell down in the process, trying to keep his foot on the base. So Metcalf aboard with 1 away and bringing up Anthony Webster. Webster, a speedy left-hand batter, 3 for 6 in the series, and they've awarded a base hit for Metcalf, first Riders hit of the day. Lefty to lefty, Davidson throws, and it's hit in the air to right field, shallow. Matt Pauley sprinting in, calls off Eric Rodlett, and Pauley gets under it and makes the catch. Pauley's handled both outs here in the 2nd inning. 2 away for the 7-hitter, Jake Blaylock. 0-0 ball game, bottom 2. RoughRiders in 3rd place at 22 and 22. They do not have a chance to pick up ground on Corpus Christi, as the Hooks, already winners today over Wichita, shutting out the Wranglers 4-0. Midland beat Springfield 5-3, so the Rockhounds, who are the upcoming opponent for the Travs, remain 4.5 games out. Frisco at the moment 6.5 out. In the South, pitch from Davidson to Jake Blaylock into the dirt, thrown all the way back into the screen, and that'll get Metcalf second base on a wild pitch. And a 1-0 count on Davidson's second wild pitch of the season. Davidson never won for that many walks or wild pitches. Walked only 45 batters with 6 wild ones in 154 innings last year. Here's a 1-0 to Blaylock, missing high, ball 2. Davidson still trying to find a groove. He has given the Travs a few quality starts and picked up only 1 win. Now the 2-0 to Blaylock. In there for a strike, a hanging changeup, and Blaylock wasn't ready for the off speed. 2 balls and a strike. Blaylock hitting .255 in 41 games. 3 homers and a Frisco high of 21 runs batted in. Metcalf at second, and the 2-1 pitch is hit in the air towards right field. A line drive sending Pauly back. It's over his head. It'll score Metcalf. It's 1-0 Frisco, and Blaylock pulling up at second with an RBI double. Pauly seemed to be fooled by where that ball was coming in. Originally, he sprinted in by 3 or 4 steps, then realized it was sailing over his head. I don't think Pauly would have had a chance to make the catch anyway. It was pretty solidly, and a straight line drive that got out to the right field wall very quick. Double for Blaylock, his 10th RBI, number 22. And Frisco grabs the lead in the second. They're set up for more. Kevin Richardson, the batter, takes inside ball 1. Davidson allowing his 41st run of the season. Richardson hitting .212, 2 homers, 14 knocked home. Blaylock left to take a big lead at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Missing low, ball 2. Davidson's last start, 7 innings. He's pitched 7 innings 4 times this year. But Arkansas has lost 3 of those 4 games, in which he has gone 7. 2-0 the count on the 8-hitter Richardson. Delivery down the middle, a changeup, strike 1. Daniel with 33 wins over his first 3 seasons, searching for his second victory of this year. And behind 1-0 here in the second inning. The 2-1 pitch cut on and missed. Richardson out in front of another changeup. 2-2 count. Sometimes with Davidson, a fastball will come at various velocities. He'll throw a fastball in the mid-80s and then cross the batter up and throw a fastball in the 70s, which necessarily isn't a changeup. He'll throw a fastball at 79, but a changeup at 69. It's 2-2 inside. Pushes the count full to Richardson, and the 9-hitter Luke Grayson on deck. 1-0 the RoughRiders. Frisco has now outscored the Travs 9-1 over the series. It'll be a payoff. Here it is to Richardson. Fouled back. It's still full. Offensively, the Travs going through their biggest slump over the last 2 games. Arkansas held to 1 run on 5 hits on Monday. Travelers hadn't scored less than 2 runs in a game up to that point, and then shut out yesterday for the first time all year. Another payoff to Richardson. Ground ball up the middle. Rodland dives, stops it from his knees, flips the first. Porter does the stretch and stays on the bag for out number 3. A great play by both Eric Rodland and Greg Porter to help Daniel Davidson get out of the second inning, allowing 1 run on 2 base hits. There was a man stranded, and we'll go into the third. 1-0 Frisco on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to be at the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. On Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Sexton, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcast is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
1-0 the RoughRiders. top of the third inning. Frisco gets a run at the bottom of the second. Jake Blaylock knocking in his first run of the series. Travs managing one base runner over the first 2 innings against Andy Walker. Walker making his 5th start of the year. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Travs here in the third inning. Phil Elson on the broadcast tonight on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. 6:30 first pitch tomorrow night from Citibank Ballpark. We'll have airtime at 6:10 with the ITT Tech pregame show. Brent Del Chiaro, practice swing out of the batter's box. He'll lead off the third. Starting as the catcher today for the 13th game, Del Chiaro batting 179. Walker peers over the top of the glove to get the sign and delivers the first of the inning. Slider away, ball 1. Del Chiaro last played Sunday afternoon in a loss to the Springfield Cardinals. Hit the ball very well, 2 for 4. Had a third hit robbed by the Springfield shortstop. The 1-0 down and in, 2 balls, no strikes on Del Chiaro. Devin Day and Dwayne Bacon will follow, and if anybody reaches, it'll be Eric Rodlin coming up to the plate. Walker winds, and the 2-0. Brent slices it high and deep towards the right field corner, but it'll go foul. Ends up in the seats in front of the Arkansas bullpen. And it is a 2-1 count of the Traveler catcher. Dr. Pepper Ballpark has seen only 2 home runs over this series. 1 by each team. Ball hasn't carried all that well. Here it says Park. 2-1 pitch to Del Chiaro. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 409 feet to dead center. 335 down the line. 364 feet to left center, and right center field here at Dr. Pepper Park is not measured, but it's about 370 feet. 8-foot fence all the way around. Here's a 2-2, and Del Chiaro with a foul straight back stays alive. Dr. Pepper Ballpark opened in 2003, hosting the first ever professional baseball team for Collin County. Riders won a championship in their second season of existence. Failed to make the playoffs last year. Here's another 2-2. And Del Chiaro sends a high fly into right center. Into the gap goes the right fielder Grayson, and he'll make the catch. Del Chiaro was out number 1. He's the 5th consecutive batter set down by Andy Walker. Frisco used to be the Travs' traveling partner when they were division mates in the former East Division, but Frisco went to the West last year, and now, since we've changed the names of the division, Frisco is in the South. Their travel partner is Midland, and that's where the Travs head to after tonight's game. Devin Day steps in. First pitch swinging, a line drive, base hit to left field. Jake Blaylock goes over towards the left field corner, cuts it off. Perfect throw to second, keeping Day with a 1-out single. And for Devin Day, just his 5th hit in 37 AA at-bats, but a 1-out single brings up the top of the order. And here's Dwayne Bacon. 1-0 Frisco, top 3. Travs have never led in this series. In fact, they've been tied with the RoughRiders at only scoreless games, because once Frisco had scored in Monday and Tuesday's game, they stayed ahead. Here's Bacon, grounded out in the first. From the left side, he'll wait. Takes a first offering low, ball 1. 1 out, 1 on for Bacon. End of the game hitting .235, 3 homers, 14 runs driven in. 1 for 9 over the series. Day, with decent speed, leads from first. The sun right in his eyes as he drops the hand. Here's the stretch on the 1-0 pitch, low. A slider under the knees of Bacon. 2 balls, no strike. Bacon with 3 homers, 10 doubles, and 3 triples. Also the league leader at 16 stolen bases. Trying to inch that on-base percentage up. The 2-0, hot shot to second, got through Morrissey into right field. Dale try for third base. Here comes Grayson, fired too high, and Bacon getting into second base, so the Travs get second and third with only 1 away for Eric Rodlin, and that'll be an error on Adam Morrissey on a tailor-made double play ball. They're going to call a single for Dwayne Bacon as Morrissey was in position for that ground ball. He never got a glove on it, but it went right through him. And that is a shocking base hit to call for Dwayne Bacon. They'll call it a single for Bacon. No error on the play. Day going first to third, and Bacon coming in to second base on the throw at third base. Morrissey had a chance for a double play if he fields it clean, but he was just, not that he overran the ball, he was going in the wrong direction. He was heading up the middle of the second. The ball was to his left. He was going to his right. Rodlin swings, hits back to the mound, played by Walker. He'll look Day back to third and throw Rodlin out. And that'll be the second out of the inning, a big out. Rodlin did everything he could. He hit the solid ground ball right back up the middle, but Walker able to steer it. And he may have been able to catch Day at third base, but instead he elected to go to first base and not risk the rundown. So it's second and third for 2 outs, and Brandon Wood standing in. Wood has now collected 2 hits in this series, both of them doubles. Cracked a double in the first. We'll see if he gets anything to hit. Walker gets a long look at the side from the third base side of the rubber, and now the right-hander comes set. Pitch comes to Wood, outside, ball 1. They faced each other last year, Walker and Wood. Walker made 9 appearances at Single-A Bakersfield, going 3-3 for the Blades with a .494 ERA. Of course, Wood, top player in the California League last year. Long talk with Kevin Richardson and the pitcher Walker in front of the mound as they figure out how to pitch to Brandon Wood. Wood has gotten some of the best of every pitcher that has faced him this year. Opposing pitchers seem to focus on Brandon. They're not pitching around him anymore, as we had seen over the first week or so, and they're really going right at him. 1 ball, no strikes, and a pitch on the way. A strike on the outside corner. There's that borderline strike that's getting called both ways today. Walker knew that pitch could be called a strike, and he threw that bender at the right spot. He put it on the right spot. Ball and a strike on Wood. Brandon driven in 31 on the season. Here's a turn to second base by Walker. No throw, no one's covering. Neither of the middle infielders are all that worried about Dwayne Bacon. Bacon could score in the bases to the outfield with 2 outs, whether they hold him on or not. Third base Day, and Walker slowing things down. He comes to the stretch. The 1-1 to Wood, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike 2. Walker does not feature an overpowering fastball, but that had enough to get by Wood. Walker with 1 strikeout so far today. Caught Eric Rodlin looking in the first inning. Wood has a deep outfield and left. You get a little flare in there to left field, perhaps. 1-2 pitch. Check swing and a curve in the dirt. They'll appeal. And the first base umpire, Charles Nelson Riley, got it right. Said he didn't go around. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Wood. Brandon has driven in only 2 runs over the last 31 at-bats. And it hasn't just been him. Recently, many of the Travelers ball players are scuffling at the plate. They could certainly use a boost from Brandon Wood. Big 2-out situation. Here's a pitch. Swing and a drive to left field. Going back is Blaylock to the wall. Get out of here. Brandon Wood with a 3-run homer in the 3rd inning, and the Travs take their first lead of the series. A line drive home run just to the left of the scoreboard in left center field. The ball got out of here. Quick, quick, quick. Number 9 on the season for Wood, so he's 2 for 2 with a double and a 3-run homer. And, folks, I think it's safe to say that Brandon's slump is officially over. 3-1 Travs, and now Greg Porter stands in. Walker allowing his 6th home run of the season. Pitch to Porter, a change. He swings and misses at a strike. Walker made the mistake of going to a high fastball on the 2-2 pitch. Now, he had gotten Wood to swing and miss at a high fastball on a 1-1 count. Now, this last pitch was a little bit lower, right down the middle of the plate. The pitch outside of Porter makes it 1-1. So the Travs, 3 runs and 3 hits here in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-1 to Porter. Little ground ball to second base. Morrissey will pick it up, slip over, and Porter is the final out of the 3rd. But the Travs, on the strength of a 3-run homer by Brandon Wood, grab the lead. 3-1 Arkansas heading into the bottom of the 3rd on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Block Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at this supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs grabbed their first lead of the series on the home run by Brandon Wood. And now Arkansas with a 3-1 advantage. And they hand it over to Daniel Davidson and see how Davidson handles that lead. Davidson in his last start, which was the game against Springfield on Friday night. Davidson allowing 5 runs on 7 base hits. During that ball game, he did pitch with the lead, however. Had a 2-0 lead in the second inning and gave up 3 unearned runs in the fourth. Davidson was given a 4-3 lead in the 5th inning of that ball game and held it until leaving the game in the 8th after allowing a pair of runs to tie it up. And see how Davidson deals with this 2-run lead. Luke Grayson leads off and fouls the first pitch away from Daniel for a strike. Grayson, the 9-hitter, is followed by the top 2 hitters in the Frisco order, Kevin Mahar and Enrique Cruz. Grayson, right-handed, 239 average, 2 homers. Davidson goes to a curveball, and it's inside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Grayson sat yesterday and was 0 for 3 Monday night, striking out twice. Wind up in the 1-1, high fly hit by Grayson into deep left, watching it as Day go over his head, and out of the ballpark, it's a leadoff homer for Luke Grayson. And just like that, Frisco answers on Grayson's 3rd home run of the year to make it a 1-run game. Grayson got it into the jet stream, the wind blowing across the outfield right to left. I'm not sure if he really needed all that much help on the home run. Davidson threw a 1-1 pitch right down the middle of the plate, challenging Grayson. And Grayson ends up winning the battle. And that'll make it a 3-2 score. Nobody out, and Kevin Mahar stands in. Davidson allowing his 5th home run of the season. He's not allowed a homer since May the 8th. Pitch to Mahar, curve, swing and a miss, 0-1. We're at the first 9 batters. Davidson has allowed 3 hits and 2 runs, both earned. 0-1 to Mahar. Ground ball foul outside third, strike 2. Mahar grounded out in the first inning to Matt Brown at third base. And Mahar, who is on a 7-game hit streak, is 0 for 1. 3-2 score. Travs lead by a run, bottom third. Daniel Davidson trying to retire Mahar with an 0-2 pitch. Low and outside, ball 1. Enrique Cruz on deck, then Adam Morrissey. Davidson surrendering a leadoff homer. And now the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Mahar, second batter to be called out on strikes for Davidson. Meanwhile, the Travs have had their only strikeout victim out on a called third strike. This will bring up Enrique Cruz, who flied out to left field in the first inning. Cruz, a new shortstop for the RoughRiders, takes a strike, a slider on the inside corner. Cruz had been with the AAA Nashville Sounds in the Brewers organization at the start of the year. Played 24 games and then was traded over to the Rangers. The 0-1 off the plate away, 1-1 on Cruz. 1 out, no one on. Morrissey on deck for the RoughRiders. Here's Davidson's 1-1 pitch to Cruz. Swung on, fly ball, right center field, not deep. Pauly hustling over, and he'll make the catch with that right hand. And Enrique Cruz is 0 for 2. 2 outs in the third inning after the homer by Grayson, and Adam Morrissey now standing in. The home run is okay. Davidson gave up 22 of them last year, which was second most in the Texas League, but a lot of them were solo home runs. Morrissey, right-hand batter, low and outside. The first pitch misses, ball 1. Morrissey called out on strikes in the first. This is the 4th time he's been set down in 9 trips to the plate this series. Here's a 1-0 pitch. A strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Davidson, out of the home runs he has allowed this year, has given up 3 solo shots. 2 with runners on. There's a swing and a miss by Morrissey on a slider that was low, 1-2 to count. Davidson rebounding nicely after the home run, 1 strike away from getting into the 4th. Here's the pitch, outside with a changeup, and it's 2-2. Morrissey comes from that Oakland A's organization mentality of working the count, so we have seen him very aggressive in this series. 2-2 pitch, a little flare over first, chasing it is Porter down the right field line. It'll fall in for a hit. And Matt Pauly comes over to pick it up. Morrissey, a 2-out bloop single to bring up Nate Gold. That's the 4th hit for the RoughRiders, equaling the hit total of the Travelers. Really nothing that Porter or Pauly could have done. That was your typical tweener. So Gold stands in. He had been ahead in the count of the second inning, 3-0, but Davidson got him to fly out to right field anyway. Pitch from the stretch is a strike on the outside corner. And it's 0-1 to the RoughRider cleanup batter, Gold, who's 1 for 4 in the series. Travs 3, RoughRiders 2, bottom of the 3rd. Daniel Davidson looking for the sign. Left-hander ready. Here's the 0-1. A little low, 1 ball, 1 strike to Gold. Gold is 6'3", 220 pounds. Hit the first of the now 2 homers for the RoughRiders in this series. Luke Grayson started off the 3rd with the other one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. High and outside the big Gold, 2-1. Daniel Davidson has allowed a home run and a single here in the 6th and the 3rd inning. The 2 outs and a 2-1 pitch to Gold, line towards the gap in right center field. Dwayne Bacon will pick it up on a hop. It'll be a single for Gold. Morrissey goes 1st to 3rd with 2 outs, and the RoughRiders have the tying run at 3rd base for Travis Metcalf. So now there's been 5 hits out of the last 9 hitters for the Frisco RoughRiders. Travis Metcalf will come up next. Metcalf started those last 9 hitters with a 1-out single in the 2nd inning. He had hit a hot shot to 3rd base. Matt Brown speared it but threw it away, and the single was awarded. See how the RoughRiders play this situation. They've got 1st and 3rd, 2 outs for their 5-hitter Metcalf. While Metcalf is the 5-hitter, he's only knocked in 10 runs this year. One of them on Monday. Right-hand batter ready to go, so is Davidson. Checks first before delivering, and it's chopped to Brandon Wood at short. He's up with it. He'll throw to first base, right on the money, and that'll end the 3rd inning. The RoughRiders, however, get 1 run on the leadoff homer by Luke Grayson. 3 hits, 2 runners stranded. 3 innings going into the books. We'll go to the 4th. It's 3-2 Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
3 innings in the scorebook here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. Phil Elson with you for Game 3 of this 3-game series. We'll be in Midland tomorrow night, 6:30 first pitch, 6:10 airtime with the ITT Tech pregame show. Travs take a 3-2 lead into the 4th inning. Matt Brown will lead off. Swing and miss at the first pitch from Andy Walker for a strike. Walker over the first 3 innings has allowed 4 Traveler base hits, all 3 runs coming off the bat of Brandon Wood. A 3-run homer in the 3rd. Wood 2 for 2, a double, and his 9th home run of the year. Brown 0 for 1. Takes a high fastball, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Totals after 3 innings for the Travs: 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. 1 man stranded. Frisco's totals: 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 men left. Brown take a changeup on the outside half, strike 2. Brown fly to right field in the 2nd inning, 1 for 7 in the series. Followed by Matt Pauley and Jason Espedo. Walker has struck out 1 batter over the first 3 innings and ahead on Brown 1-2. Right-hander hands over the head wind, and the pitch off the plate outside. His slider just missing the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Checking the Texas League scores, all 3 games in the afternoon. Final score, and the 2-2 to Brown. Up high, ball 3. Midland Rockhounds salvage a victory in the 3rd and final game at Springfield. Midland winning 5-3, snapping Springfield's 4-game winning streak. A payoff pitch coming to Brown. Swung on, high fly ball, right field. Back is Grayson with room. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 1. Brown flying out to Grayson for the 2nd time. In this second at-bat, Brown was leaning over the plate, finished that swing one-handed. Still hit it fairly solidly for being in front of it. But Brown still does not reach base. That'll bring up Matt Pauley. Pauley flied to left field in the 2nd. Right fielder is 2 for 8 in the series with a home run. First pitch is flat back, foul, strike 1. Midland's winning pitcher Bradley 2-4. Rich Rundles for Springfield falls to 3-3. Macbeth saving his 2nd. Juan Richardson hit the only home run. The Cardinal first baseman now has 6. It'll be an 0-1. The pitch to Pauley. Fly ball shallow right. First baseman Gold settling underneath it about 5 steps into the outfield grass. And Gold makes the catch. According to Pauley, 0 for 2. That'll bring up Jason Espedo. Other games saw Corpus Christi shut out Wichita 4-0. Corpus Christi with their league-leading 4th shutout of the season. Juan Gutierrez went to first 7 and struck out 9 for his 4th win. Espedo, who grounded out in the 2nd, takes low ball 1. Sung Song was the losing pitcher for Wichita. He falls to 3-4. A 1-0 to Espedo, up high, ball 2. And Tulsa today, it's a franchise record 6 home runs. A 17-2 beating of the San Antonio Missions at Driller Stadium. 2-0 to Espedo, fastball, strike outside corner, 2-1. Tulsa with 22 base hits, the 6 home runs. Christian Colonel, Judd Sigpen, Troy Tulowitzki, Matt McCree, Chris Ionetta, and Joe Kashansky. Foul ball straight back by Espedo. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the Drillers pick up a game on Springfield. Tulsa now remaining 2 games in back of the cards for first. 2-2 pitch, hit Espedo's right shoulder. And as usual, Jason not doing much to get out of the way of that one. Turned his shoulder into it, and Jason hit by a pitch for the team-high 7th time. A 2-out hit batter brings up Brent Del Chiaro. Del Chiaro flied to right field in the 3rd inning as the 5th batter in a row that Andy Walker had sent down, but then he allowed singles to Devin Day and Dwayne Bacon. And the 2-out 3-run homer by Brandon Wood put the Travs in front. Del Chiaro chopped the first pitch to third base. Travis Metcalf will go the short route to second. And Morrissey there to force out Espedo 5-4 on the final out of the top of the 4th. Arkansas, no runs, no hits, 1 man left. Bottom of the 4th on the way. The Travs have the lead 3-2 over Frisco. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An Arkansas Federal Home Equity Loan has a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. And you can access your loan with Arkansas Federal's new Visa Platinum credit card. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000. A home equity loan with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees is available today at Arkansas Federal. And you can use your Visa Platinum credit card to access your loan. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
Bottom 4 coming up here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Frisco RoughRiders have the 6th hitter, Anthony Webster, leading off, followed by Jake Blaylock and Kevin Richardson. Travs 3, RoughRiders 2. Arkansas trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Travs have lost 9 of their last 10 games, and over the last 15, they have lost 13. Daniel Davidson over 3 innings has scattered 5 hits. He's left 3 men aboard, but allowed 2 runs. Davidson facing Webster, who flied out to right field on the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning. We'll be checking out scores across the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Webster, a left-hander, 2 for 8 over the series. Pitch on the way to him, a strike on the inside corner. Pardon me, I looked at the wrong number. He's 3 for 7 in the series with all 3 hits singles. Webster's homered once this year. Here's an 0-1 pitch, and it's a strike on the inside corner. A good fastball from Davidson, and quickly he's ahead 0-2. Final earlier today, the Angels over the Rangers 8-5. 0-2 pitch to Webster. Missed the outside corner. Ball 1. Angels got 6 strong innings from Jeff Weaver for his second win, and a 2-run homer from Dallas McPherson. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Webster swings, grounds to first base. Porter is there, decides to take it himself, and he is late. An infield single for Anthony Webster, as Greg Porter, it's not that he didn't hustle to first base, made the wrong decision, not flipping to Davidson for the relay. And Webster, you got to give him credit. He flat out flew to first, showing a lot of speed. And so the leadoff man aboard, that'll bring up Jake Blaylock. So the hit for Webster is Frisco's 6th of the game. They're second on the infield. Jake Blaylock doubled to run home in the second inning. First pitch swung on, grounded foul, about a hair outside third base. And Davidson ahead 0-1. So the Angels win that game 8-5 at Texas. And they won the final 2 games of that series after dropping 6 consecutive. Angels only 4.5 back in the American League West. Davidson's 0-1 pitch to Blaylock inside, and it backs him off. Ball 1. Cleveland shut out Minnesota 11-0. CC Sabathia went the distance for a 6-hitter. Casey Blake hit a pair of home runs for the Indians. He has 9 on the year. A 1-1 pitch. Blaylock fouls it in the air over first. Over to right field it'll go, and deep out of play. Bounces into the Arkansas bullpen. Over the bullpen's fence and into the upper level picnic area just above the Travs bullpen at the right field corner. Count 1-2 on Blaylock. No outs in the bottom of the 4th, and Arkansas leading Frisco 3-2. Into the stretch position, Davidson using the first out of the inning. 1-2 to Blaylock. Caught him looking on the low outside corner, and now all 5 strikeouts of this game are in a called third strike. That's the 3rd one for Davidson, and that'll be Kevin Richardson coming up next. 2 finals in the National League today. The Cubbies lose another one at Florida 9-3. Marlins swept the Chicago Cubs in that series. Greg Maddux now to a record of 5-4 after losing his 4th consecutive decision. Kevin Richardson, the batter, right-hander, takes a pitch low, ball 1. Joe Borchard and Miguel Cabrera hit homers for the Marlins. Dustin Moeller was the winning pitcher. St. Louis a 10-4 victory at San Francisco. So Taguchi homered for the Cardinals, as did starting pitcher Adam Wainwright. Over to first base, not in time. A 1-0 count. Wainwright actually not the starting pitcher. Brad Thompson was. Thompson only going 2 innings. Cardinals broke out the bullpen today, used 5 pitchers. Wainwright got the win with 3 innings and his first home run. A 1-0 pitch to Richardson off the plate outside, ball 2. Barry Bonds not in the lineup today for the Giants. Albert Pujols finished 2 for 4. Both hit singles. 2 balls, no strikes on the 8-hitting Richardson. He grounded out in the second. Delivery outside, ball 3. The count on Richardson, and Anthony Webster, the runner at first, is the tying run. Pitch comes, strike on the outside half. Three to 2, Travs lead in the bottom of the 4th. Brandon Wood accounting for all 3 Arkansas runs with his 9th homer of the year. Now Davidson trying to retire Richardson. It's a 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Surprised him with a fastball, strike 2. And you wouldn't expect a batter to be surprised on a 3-1 fastball, but the way Davidson pitches, no batter can really feel confident that he'll throw a certain pitch on any count. Payoff pitch, chopper to the hole. It's short, got through Brown's glove and into left field. And Webster will hold at second base. Richardson to first. It could go as an error, could go as a base hit. Not necessarily with Brown behind the ball for that play was a chopper that forced him to move about 3 steps to his left. And while he'd reach out for it, still got through the glove. Should be a base hit. Luke Grayson comes up now for the RoughRiders. Defensively, the Travs have let Daniel Davidson down a little bit. Porter late at first base on the ground ball by Webster. And Brown unable to scoop up that tough chopper. Grayson homered in the third. Right-hand hitter shows bunt, gets it down the third base line, but it rolls foul. And Brown will pick it up in foul territory. They have awarded a base hit to Kevin Richardson. So the RoughRiders have put up 7 hits on the scoreboard. Since there was 1 out in the second, Davidson had set down the first 4 men that he's faced. But out of the last 12 batters, Davidson has surrendered 7 hits. Time for one of those old-fashioned double plays. Daniel has had 5 turn behind him this year. Grayson, with good speed, maybe a tall order to turn 2 against him. The left-hander checks second base. Davidson's 0-1 pitch is rolled on the right side. Rodlin will pick it up. Go to first base for the out on Grayson instead of trying for the force at second. 4-3 on the put-out. And the runners advance. Webbs to the third and Richardson to second. So now the RoughRiders have the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at second base in the 2-out situation for their leadoff batter, Kevin Mahar. Mahar has driven in 12 runs this year. He's hit 6 homers. Mahar batting an abysmal .038 with runners in scoring position. Right-hand batter waiting. Davidson throws to the plate. A slider low, ball 1. Mahar has had 26 chances with runners in scoring position this year. He has come through with just 1 hit. Here's a 1-0. A strike on the low outside corner as Davidson pulled the string with a changeup. 1-1 to Mahar. Mahar 0 for 2 today. A ground out in the first. He was caught looking in the third inning. 3-2, Travs lead, bottom 4, second and third for Mahar, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch is outside, and Davidson got his footwork a little messed up. Spun around on the follow-through. 2 balls, 1 strike on Mahar. Infield deep, outfield a little shallow in center and left. The pitch down and away, and Mahar looked like it took everything he could not to swing at that pitch. He looked like he wanted to. Held back just in the nick of time, leaning over the plate, so it's a 3-1 count. On deck, Enrique Cruz. Davidson trying to hold the 1-run lead through 4 innings. 3-1 pitch to Mahar. Strike 2 call. Same pitch he got the first strike on. Off speed on the low outside corner. Leaning back in the box, Mahar waits. Davidson's payoff. Swung on, hard hit to short, got off the glove of Brandon Wood. Into center field it goes. 2 runs will score on it, and Frisco takes the lead in the 4th inning, 4-3. It should be a base hit for Mahar. He hit the ball very hard. It was 2 steps away from Wood up the middle. Brandon took 1 step, reached out with a glove, got the glove on the ball, but it kicked off the heel of the glove and went into center field. And the RoughRiders have the 4-3 advantage. 2 runs come home in the 4th. They have scored in every inning except the first. But that is the 3rd hit here in the 4th inning that has hit a Travelers infield glove. Now Enrique Cruz slaps a foul ball out of play for strike 1. Inning started with Anthony Webster reaching on a ground ball to first base. Kevin Richardson's base hit Matt Brown's glove at third. And now Mahar's 2-run single Wood's glove got a piece of it as well. 0-1 to Cruz. He's flied out twice. The right-hand batter just away from a slider down and in, 1-1. Two runs and 3 hits in the inning. The pitch fouled at home plate, strike 2. Davidson had a 3-1 lead to work with, but Frisco answers with 1 of the third, and as of now, 2 in the fourth. Short lead by Mahar. The pitch, swing and a miss, a slow curveball, strikes out Enrique Cruz. But Frisco rallies in the fourth, 2 runs on 3 base hits, no traveler errors, 1 man stranded. 4 innings complete. It's 4-3 Frisco, heading into the top of the fifth on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs now trailing for the second time today, 4-3 against the RoughRiders as we get into the top of the fifth inning. Devin Day starts the frame against Andy Walker. The right-hander delivers a strike on the first pitch. Count is 0-1 to Day. Day singled and scored in the third on the front end of Brendan Wood's 3-run homer. So the RoughRiders have put up 4 runs over the last 3 innings. Here's the 0-1. Day is swinging a soft fly ball to left, charging in Blaylock. He'll play it on a bounce. And Devin Day is 2 for 2. He leads off the fifth with Arkansas's 5th base hit. Standing in next, Wayne Bacon to the top of the Travelers order. Bacon out in the first inning on a ground ball to first. Reached in the third with a single and scored on the Wood home run. We're back from the left side. Metcalf in at third base. Stretched by the right-hander Walker. Day a short lead. Bacon bunts it. And Walker will pick it up and underhand to first. It'll be a sacrifice bunt, moving Day to second. 1-3 on the sacrifice. Bacon's team high, 7th sacrifice of the season. So the tying run at scoring position for the 2-hitter, Eric Rodland. Checking a few of the scores that are in progress in the National League. Pittsburgh and Arizona in the top of the 9th inning. Diamondbacks leading 8-5. Eric Burns homered for the Diamondbacks in the first inning, his 6th. Craig Wilson and Jason Bay have gone deep for Pittsburgh. Pitch to Rodland, smack line drive, base hit into right field, picked up by Grayson. Here comes Day around third. The throw home is dropped by the catcher, and that allows Day to score the tying run. Rodland scoots into second base on the play at the plate. RBI single for Eric Rodland ties the game at 4 apiece. Good throw by Grayson, but it short hopped Richardson at the plate, and he couldn't handle it. No error charged. So not only does Rodland drive in the tying run, but he represents the go-ahead run as he gets into second base, and Brandon Wood comes up. Wood, who was 3 for 31 coming into the game, had a first-inning double off the left center field wall. Into the third, hit over the left center field wall for a 3-run homer, his 9th of the year. 4-4 tie, and Wood now with 34 runs batted in. First pitch, up high, ball 1. Those 34 runs batted in will rank Wood third in the Texas League. You can drive in Eric Rodland, will give the Arkansas Travelers a 5-4 lead in what looks like it's going to be a seesaw battle. The 1-0 pitch is hit in the air to shallow center, charging Mahar, falling in, a base hit. Rodland had to hold up halfway. He'll get into third, and Wood going into second base. He slides in with a hustling play. How about Brandon Wood with a heads-up base running? As he saw the center fielder Mahar overthrow second base, Brandon never hesitated around first as he scoots into second. Heads-up base running all the way by Wood, so while his third base hit doesn't drive in Rodland, he keeps the pressure on Walker, who could not get out of the inning now with a double play. Time called, and Terry Clark, the Frisco pitching coach, is going to walk out to the mound. I believe that'll be a double for Wood. We haven't heard one or the other from the official scorer, but Wood, they're going to call a single for Wood now and take second base on a throw to the infield. But that was a mental mistake by the center fielder, Kevin Mahar. He had thought perhaps that Rodland was going to attempt to score, but Rodland had no inkling of scoring. He went about halfway to make sure that the ball would fall in front of Mahar, and it did by just a few feet. But Rodland was not going to attempt to score, but still Mahar overthrew second base and allowed Wood to get in there. So a meeting on the mound before Greg Porter comes up. We'll give you a couple other scores in the major leagues on the Southwest scoreboard. Washington on the strength of a 4-run 8th inning, leading the Houston Astros 5-1. Milwaukee has a 6-2 lead at Cincinnati after 7 innings. Carlos Lee, 16th home run for the Brewers. Austin Kearns at number 10. And the Mets 5 and the Phillies 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. We get to the other scores in just a moment. Here's Greg Porter. Porter 0 for his last 6. Flied out in the first, grounded out of the third. Pitch on the way. Down low, ball 1. Travs and RoughRiders tied 4-4 here in the 5th inning, and the pressure on Andy Walker. At third base, Rodland, Wood at second. Corners one step behind the bases. Middle infielders deep. Right-hander Walker sets. Here's the 1-0. Porter will take a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Contact, the big thing here. Ground ball up the middle, scores a run. Porter swings and fouls it straight back. He was a little bit in front of the changeup. Just missed getting it into play. Count 1-2 on Porter. Greg has driven in 16 runs over his last 19 games, but no RBIs in this series. Into the stretch goes Walker. Delivers the 1-2 off the outside corner. Trying to get that extra half-inch off the plate, but the plate umpire Charlie Finley says that wasn't good enough. 2-2 count on Porter. Matt Brown in the on-deck circle. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Porter. Swing and a foul back. He stays alive. Frisco put up a run on the bottom of the second to take the lead. 3-run homer by Brandon Wood of the third put Arkansas ahead by 2, but Frisco answered with 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth to take the lead. The Traz have tied it here in the 5th inning. Eric Rodland, the game-tying hit. Greg Porter set up, put Arkansas in front with a fly ball or a grounder to one of the middle infielders. Into the stretch, Walker. The 2-2. Swung on line drive, caught at second base by Morrissey, and the runners have to hold. Well, Porter didn't hit a ground ball, didn't hit a fly ball. He hit a pea-shooter line drive right where the second baseman was standing, and really nothing Porter could have done about that. He did his job, and Morrissey did his. So now it'll take Matt Brown to put Arkansas in front. Brown, who has flied out to right field twice, has no RBIs in his last 17 games, covering 69 at-bats. 1 for 8 over the series. And now the corner infielders drop back a little bit. Outfielders remain straight away. Deeper and left is Blaylock. Brown stands in. Rodlin away from third and Wood from second base. Walker trying to keep it tied. Here's a pitch to Brown. Fastball low, 1-0. Brown led off the second and the fourth with the flies to right. Walker finds the sign. Target is on the outside corner. Pitch, check, swing, slow grounder. Picked up at first by Gold. He's way off the base. Walker covers, and Gold slips in time for the final out. Brown didn't mean to hit it, but he ends the fifth inning, stranding two men in scoring position. The Travs do get one run on 3 hits and tie the game 4-4 going into the last of the fifth on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the first couple of games of this series, we had decent pitching. But today, the Arkansas Travelers and the Frisco RoughRiders have broken out the sticks to the tune of 8 runs and 15 hits at the halfway mark. Middle of the fifth inning, Travs 4, RoughRiders 4. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Third game of this series, third game of the road trip. Travs out to Midland tomorrow. Starting pitcher tomorrow night for Arkansas will be right-hander James Holcomb. Holcomb is still looking for that first victory. He is 0-4 with an ERA at 3.63. Mount opponent Brad Knox. Knox for the RoughRiders. Knox for the Rockhounds with a 3-1 record and a 5.91 ERA. We're ready for the bottom of the fifth, and Adam Morrissey will begin it against Daniel Davidson. Davidson has surrendered 8 hits and 4 runs for the last 3 innings. He has pitched the perfect first. Got Morrissey looking in the first inning. Pitch on the way, low and outside, ball 1. Morrissey called out on strikes in the first inning, then singled in the third, but was stranded. Nate Gold on deck, then Travis Metcalf. Here's a 1-0. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Other games in the major leagues. Detroit leading Kansas City 3-0 in the 6th inning. White Sox up on Oakland 2-1 in the 6th. Pitches hit the third base, backhand by Brown, a long throw right on the money, and Morrissey is retired. First leadoff man set down since the 2nd inning, and Nate Gold will stand in. Tampa Bay and Toronto in a seesaw battle. The Blue Jays took a 2-run lead by rallying for 3 runs in the 6th. But Tampa Bay scored 3 times in the 7th, and the Devil Rays lead Toronto 8-7 in the 7th inning. Toby Hall and Carl Crawford have homered for the Devil Rays. Hill and Hillenbrand have gone deep for Toronto. Batter Gold swings, grounds to first base. Porter is up with it. He'll flip to Davidson this time for the out. Davidson had to leap in the air to bring it down, but he lands on the base with the ball in his glove, and Gold is out number 2. That's 3 in a row set down by Davidson, his best stretch since he set down the first 4 in a row. Last score we'll give you comes from Boston, where the New York Yankees have taken a 6-5 lead at the middle of the 6th. Boston begins a game and a half in front of the Yankees. Manny Ramirez and Kevin Youkilis have had home runs for the first place Red Sox. Get you the other scores as they come on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard throughout the game. Travis Metcalf, the batter for the RoughRiders. 1 for 2 with an infield single scored in the second. Pitch from Davidson is a called strike on the outside corner. Davidson's 0-1 on the way, and it's low to Metcalf. 1 ball, 1 strike, 4-4 tie. Beautiful night. Sun has set. Lights are up. Full effect. A little haze out there. A few thousand on hand today. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's low, ball 2. Little League teams at the ballpark today, wearing their uniforms. Great atmosphere this afternoon. 2-1, top of the mound, gloved by Davidson. An easy 1-2-3 fifth as he throws him out at first. So Davidson with his second perfect inning of the day. That'll take us into the 6th with a 4-4 tie here at Frisco's Dr. Pepper Ballpark. It's Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've had a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
An Arkansas Federal Home Equity Loan has a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. And you can access your loan with Arkansas Federal's new Visa Platinum credit card. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000. A home equity loan with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees is available today at Arkansas Federal. And you can use your Visa Platinum credit card to access your loan. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Moving into the 6th inning at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco. Travs and the RoughRiders have battled to a 4-4 tie. Arkansas batting in the 6th inning with Matt Pauley leading off against Andy Walker. Pauley in the 6th hole, followed by Jason Espedo and Brent Del Chiaro. First pitch of the inning from Walker is outside for a ball. Walker gave up the lead in the 5th inning, allowing 3 hits. Eric Rodland's 1-out single proved to be the tying hit. Pauley grounds to first base to Gold. He'll take it unassisted, and Pauley is 0 for 3. Now to the number 7 batter, Jason Espedo. There's a little action taking place in the Frisco bullpen, with Walker pitching into the 6th inning once again. He's done that the last couple of starts. Espedo grounded out in the 2nd, hit by a pitch in the 4th. Goes after a changeup and misses 0-1. Right-hander Walker versus left-hander Espedo. The 0-1 swung on, high fly, left center, drifting back Mahar. Reaches up, makes the catch. And that is out number 2, and Espedo 0 for 2. Walker is already now, with 5 2/3 innings, had his longest appearance of the year. It's 5 1/3 last time out in a no decision against Midland. Getting ready in the Frisco bullpen, Jesse Carlson. Here's Brent Del Chiaro, right-handed batting catcher, 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from the right-hander Walker, in there for a called strike. Slow curveball with a lot of movement to it. And Walker ahead, 0-1. He's only had 1 perfect inning today. That was the 2nd. The 0-1 pitch is topped up behind third base, and Travis Metcalf trips into foul territory. over to the warning track. He'll stop, reach up, make the catch. And Arkansas goes down in order in the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 4-4 ball game. The Arkansas Travelers and the Frisco RoughRiders here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Company, Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
A mighty quick last inning as Daniel Davidson fired 7 pitches to get the only 3 outs he needed in the 5th. Meanwhile, Andy Walker set down Arkansas's batters in order in the top of the 6th, throwing only 6 pitches. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with a 4-4 score. Daniel Davidson returns to the mound to face Anthony Webster, Jake Blaylock, and Kevin Richardson. Final scores across the Texas League today. Corpus Christi shut out Wichita 4-0, and the Hooks win their 3rd straight, sweeping Wichita from Whataburger Field. Midland salvaged the game at Springfield, ending the Cardinals' winning streak at 4. Midland beat the Cardinals 5-3, and Tulsa hit 6 home runs in a 17-2 thrashing of San Antonio. Cardinals in first place in the North, 2 games in front of Tulsa. And Corpus Christi in first in the South, 4.5 games up on Midland. Anthony Webster leads off the 6th inning. Daniel Davidson's first pitch, a called strike. We have action in both bullpens. Bill Webster for the Arkansas Travelers. Here's the 0-1. Left-handed Webster slaps it high in a shallow center. Dwayne Bacon will come underneath it and put away Webster for out number 1. Davidson has set down 5 in a row. Warming up in the left field bullpen is Antonio Alfonseca. Alfonseca not listed on the roster for the RoughRiders, obviously on rehab assignment with Frisco, down from the Texas Rangers. Here's Jake Blaylock, right-handed batter. He's doubled and struck out. Davidson fires a strike on the low outside corner. 1 away, no one on for Blaylock. His double was an RBI double in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1. Down and in, a ball, 1 strike. So it looks like we'll see the veteran right-hander Alfonseca coming up shortly as the pitch comes, the 1-1. And a little inside ball, 2. Alfonseca on the Rangers' 15-day disabled list. Pitch on the way. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Blaylock. Four runs on 7 hits for the Travs. 4 runs and 8 hits for the RoughRiders. 2-2 pitch to Blaylock. A little off the outside corner. Ball 3. Davidson has walked none. Neither has Andy Walker. They haven't had a single walk in this game. 3-2 pitch. Reached out, slide to shallow right field, going out Rodland, and it is over his head for a base hit. Matt Pauley was playing a little bit deeper as Blaylock's double in the second went over Pauley's head, so he went back a few steps and couldn't come in fast enough. Blaylock snaps Davidson's streak at 5 consecutive batters retired with a one-out single in the sixth. Kevin Richardson will come up. Richardson singled into left field his last at-bat. Pitch on the way to the righty. Swing and a miss, a change-up. He's in front, strike one. Richardson bounced out in the second inning, took a nice sliding play by Eric Rodland. His hit in the fourth was a scorcher that kicked off of Matt Brown's glove. He would eventually score on the two-out single by Mahar that gave the RoughRiders a fourth inning 4-3 lead. Now we're tied at 4 as Richardson sends a high drive to right center. Dwayne Bacon has a bead drifting back in front of the warning track, and Bacon makes the catch for out number 2. He's handled both outs in the sixth inning, and Richardson is 1 for 3. Bringing up Luke Grayson. Grayson gave the RoughRiders their second run with a leadoff homer in the third. Bounced out to second base last at-bat in the fourth. Right-hander, and at first Blaylock held on by Greg Porter. Pitch from Davidson outside, ball one. Davidson sets, checks the runner. The 1-0 is swung on and missed in the dirt, and Del Chiaro blocks it. It'll roll in front of him. Del Chiaro and Davidson working together for the third time this year. It has been over a month since the two of them were a battery. Davidson has given up 9 hits, but the 4 runs, it could be a lot worse than 4 runs on 9 base hits. Frisco has left 4 men on base. 2 in scoring position. Runner goes. Pitches high. Del Chiaro fires on the money. Rodland right there to put the tag out on Blake. And Blaylock is the final out of the 6th inning. Caught stealing 2-4 on the last out of the 6th. No runs for the RoughRiders. 1 hit. Nobody left. 6 innings into the books. We'll go into the 7th. Travs and RoughRiders tied 4-4. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's the line. The winner's going to be Sam Ornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
6 innings in the books. Here are your totals for the visiting Arkansas Travelers, who are on a 4-game losing streak. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 4 men left. The homestanding Frisco RoughRiders trying to sweep Arkansas in a 3-game set. Riders, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and also 4 men left. Pretty even game getting into the last 3 innings. And the RoughRiders bring on Major League pitcher Antonio Alfonseca for a rehab assignment. Been on the disabled list since May the 10th with inflammation in his right elbow. Alfonseca, a veteran of the Major League since 1997, has saved 121 big league games and helped the Marlins to a World Series title in 1997. And Alfonseca is giant, 6'5", 250 pounds, 33 years old. First pitch of the inning is called strike to Devin Dang. Actually, he's 34 years old, from La Romana, Dominican Republic. Alfonseca, a hard fastball, good slider as well. Day, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. Pitch on the way, a little dribbler on the right side of the plate, picked up by the catcher Richardson. Bare hand, fires, and Day is recorded out 2-3. So Alfonseca replaces Andy Walker, who gave a 6-inning performance. Looked strong at times. He set down the last 5 batters he faced. Allowed 7 hits in the 6 innings. 4 runs all earned. No walks but 1 hit batter. And Walker struck out 1. He'll get a no decision. Bill Edwards continues to warm in the Traveler bullpen, which lets you think that Daniel Davidson will not be returning for the 7th. Top of the Travs order, and Dwayne Bacon. Alfonseca's pitch low as Bacon squared around, ball 1. Bacon is grounded at first, singled and scored. Last time up, put down a sacrifice bunt. Switch hitter batting left-handed with Eric Rodlin on deck. Alfonseca leaning in. Here's the pitch. Looks to bunt. A strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Alfonseca spent the bulk of his career with the Florida Marlins. Pitched with them from 97 till 2001. Went over the Cubs in the trade of the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. In that trade was a deal that the Marlins sent Matt Clement with Alfonseca to the Cubs. And the Marlins got Dontrell Willis along with 3 other players that are no longer with the Marlins. Willis, of course, the cornerstone of that Florida franchise now. A 1-2 to Rodlin, low. Pardon me, that's Bacon low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alfonseca's best Major League season, saved 45 games for the 2000 Marlins, but also had a 4.24 ERA. Last year as a full-time closer with the Cubbies in 2002, saved 19. Pitch to Bacon, ground ball to second base. Routine for Morrissey, flipped to first, and Bacon is the second out. This is the first Major League rehab assignment that the Travs have had to go against this year. Usually by now the Travs have seen 2 or 3 pitchers on rehab from the Kansas City Royals with Wichita, maybe 1 or 2 with Tulsa. This is the first Major League pitcher the Travs have swung against this season, and it's the 6-fingered man. Here's Rodlin. Rodlin, an RBI single to tie the game in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Pitch comes low and outside, ball 1. Anytime you get a major leaguer on rehab pitching against a AA ball club, you'll get some fired-up hitters. They want to show that they can get on base against a big leaguer, a guy who's been very effective in his career. A 1-0 to Rodlin, called strike 1 on the outside corner, and then add on to that the idea that there were reports that some of the big league staff from the Angels were coming up the road from Arlington after their victory over the Rangers today. Mike Scioscia might be in attendance. Rodlin a swing and a miss at the 1-1, strike 2. Fastball coming in at 91 miles an hour. So not only would the guys like to get a hit against a Major League pitcher, but to do it in front of the Major League manager. Here's a stretch. Alfonseca kicks. Rodlin will swing and pop it up. Left side, shortstop Cruz calling it. And Cruz makes the catch, and Alfonseca pitches a perfect 7th inning. Down go the Travs, 1-2-3. That'll take us into the 7th inning stretch. And a 4-4 tie here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. This is Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the seventh inning now at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Travs and RoughRiders tied 4-4. You can hear the line for Daniel Davidson being given over the very loud loudspeaker here in the press box. Davidson has been pulled from the ball game in favor of Bill Edwards. The first pitching change of the evening for the Travelers. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Save a bundle on services from AT&T such as high-speed internet, satellite television, voice services, and wireless telephone. To the new AT&T, your world delivered. Bill Edwards enters the game replacing Davidson. Davidson today gave up the 4 runs over the 6 innings, 9 base hits. Walked nobody, struck out 3, and for Davidson, a no decision. Passes it over to the right-hander Edwards, 6'3", 185 pounds from Memphis. Appearance number 18 in the season. Edwards tossed 2 scoreless innings last time out, which was Sunday afternoon at Springfield. Edwards has been hot and cold recently, dating back for his last 8 appearances. He's either allowed 2 or more runs in a ball game or not allowed any. And last time out, 2 innings, no runs allowed. Before that, gave up 3 runs in 2 innings. Edwards will deliver to Luke Grayson. The first pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Grayson, a home run to start the 3rd. A ground out of the 4th inning. He was the final batter of the 6th, but was left standing there, and Jake Blaylock was caught stealing by Brent Del Chiaro. Pitch inside from Edwards, 2-0. Edwards' control numbers not great. 14 walks over 23 in the 3rd innings. He's also struck out 14. Here's a 2-0 to Grayson. 9-hitter grounds it foul into his own dugout. It'll bounce on the roof, roll away from the fence, and back into the dugout where nobody can get the souvenir. And it's 2-1 on Grayson. Kevin Mahar on deck, and then Enrique Cruz. Grayson back up there, and here's Edwards with a high leg kick. The 2-1 is a slider down and away, ball 3. Edwards' season record 4-1. He saved the game. 424 earned run average. And now a 3-1 pitch to Grayson. Inside at the elbow and a leadoff walk. About 85% of the time, it seems, the leadoff walk will turn into a run, and that's the first walk of the ball game for either team. Jason Espita was the only batter for either team to get on base without the aid of a base hit or an error, as he had been hit by a pitch. So Edwards with a 5-pitch walk to start the 7th, and that'll bring up Kevin Mahar. Mahar hit a 2-run single his last at-bat, drove it up the middle, and gave the RoughRiders a 4-3 lead. He's 1 for 3. Here's a pitch. A strike on the low outside corner, and it is 0-1. Mahar a ground out of the 1st to 3rd base. Daniel Davidson caught him looking in the 3rd inning. And Mahar's single in the 4th inning, again, the 2-run single. It was just his 2nd base hit with a man in scoring position all year. 0-1 is low. Del Chiaro fires over to first base. Throw is on the money, but Grayson dove back in front of his tag, and it's 1-1 on Mahar. 4 runs on 7 hits for Arkansas. And for Frisco, it's 4 runs on 9 hits. Neither team has committed an error today. Grayson has stolen 4 bases. on an aggressive lead. The 1-1 pitch is a curve down and away, and it's 2-1 to Mahar. Travs have had one lead today. It's 3-1 on Brandon Wood's ninth home run of the season. A 3-run shot coming in the third. RoughRiders have had two separate leads, 1-0 in the second and 4-3 in the fourth. Travs tied the game in the fifth. Time called. Brent Del Chiaro will walk out to the mound to talk with Bill Edwards at the front side of the pitcher's mound. Edwards offering a leadoff walk to Luke Grayson, and now dealing with the top of the order, Kevin Mahar. Mahar is now in an 8-game hit streak with 6 RBIs during that time. And Grayson leading from first base. Edwards, with that high leg kick, is susceptible to the stolen base. There's an extra half step on Grayson's lead. A stretch by Edwards. The pitch swung on, high fly, center field, straight away. Bacon will drift in and make the can of corn catch. 1 out, bringing up Enrique Cruz. Edwards at least seeing a team other than Tulsa or Springfield. His last 5 appearances has come against either the Drillers or the Cardinals. And Edwards has figured into 3 decisions over those last 3 starts. His win on Friday was the only Traveler win over the last 10 games. But Bill did give up 3 runs in the 9th inning and was saved by Greg Porter's game-winning grand slam. Cruz, the batter, 0 for 3. Edwards fires to first. Good pickoff move, but Grayson got back in just in the nick of time. Cruz, number 2 hitter, 2 for 4 on Monday, but today, 2 flyouts, struck out swinging last time up. It'll be a stretch by Edwards, and the delivery, a pitch out, nothing doing. Grayson holds at first base. Del Chiaro has already thrown out one-man stealing, catching Jake Blaylock at second base for the final out in the 6th. Grayson's been caught 1 time this year in 5 tries. He's about 4 steps off the base, Porter holding. And it's a 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Cruz, strike 1. Edwards sneaking an 89-mile-an-hour fastball right by Cruz to even the count. No action in the Travelers' pen. Jesse Carlson getting loose in the Frisco bullpen. He's a lefty, so it looks like Antonio Alfonseca will just go to 7th, and that's it. Here's the 1-1, way outside to Cruz. Ball 2. Del Chiaro signaling to Edwards to settle down a little bit. Edwards does have problems with control, and you'll see it inconsistently throughout his appearances. Bill's been inconsistent game to game, but also his consistency has been wavering pitch to pitch. A 2-1 on the way. Breaking ball down and in, and he's falling behind the 2-hitter Cruz, 3-1. Edwards has a decent repertoire of pitches. Curveball and slider. He's got a funky delivery, high leg kick, and very long arms and long legs. A lot to look at before the pitch comes out of his hand. He doesn't throw a lot of strikes, at least not at the moment. It's a 3-1 count. And the pitch on the way to Cruz. Swung on and missed. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Full count on Cruz with Adam Morrissey on deck. And Morrissey, who has collected 6 hits in this series and is batting almost .450 in a 13-game Double-A stint. You don't want to see him coming to the plate with a runner at second. Instead of a payoff pitch, Edwards fires over to first base. Grayson is back on his feet. Cruz never left the batter's box. He stays in there, wielding the bat under his knees, then bringing it back behind the right ear. Edwards finds the sign. Del Chiaro sets up down the middle. Payoff pitch. Swung on, fly ball to center. Bacon is right there. Doesn't have to move. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. That'll hold Grayson at first, and Adam Morrissey will stand to the plate. Checking any new final scores in the majors, Arizona finished off the Pirates 8-7. Zach Duke falls to 2-6 with a loss. Washington Nationals beat Houston 5-1 with a 4-run rally in the 8th, the difference maker. And Milwaukee wins at Cincinnati 6-2 to salvage a game in that series. Here in Frisco, it's a 4-4 score. Arkansas and the Riders in the bottom of the 7th. Man aboard at first is Grayson. Morrissey 1 for 3, a right-hand hitter. First pitch from Edwards, tight, ball 1. For Milwaukee, Doug Davis the winner. Cincinnati's Danny Clausen the loser. Carlos Lee homered for Milwaukee, number 16. Austin Kearns for the Reds, number 10. Edwards ready with a 1-0 count. And the pitch to Morrissey, cut on and miss on a slider, strike 1. Early final, St. Louis over the Giants, 10-4. Adam Wainwright got the win and homered for the St. Louis Cardinals. Edwards delivers a 1-1. Curveball for a strike to Morrissey, strike 2. Marlins 9, Cubbies 3. A 3-game sweep of the Cubs for Florida. Borchard and Cabrera went deep for the fish. Greg Maddux, the losing pitcher, falls to 5-4. For Chicago, the 1-2 count on Morrissey. Edwards comes home. Slide foul over the right side. Still 1-2. Morrissey, a good 2-strike hitter. We saw yesterday that he had a 2-strike count, fouling off 6 pitches in the 3rd inning against Jesse Smith. And Morrissey has that 2-strike approach. And we did get caught looking in the 1st inning. That was a fastball on the inside corner. See what Edwards comes with on the 1-2. Here it is. Almost hit him with a pitch, but Morrissey barely got away from it, turning his back. And Edwards with a little grazing fastball that he let go of a little too early. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cleveland beat Minnesota 11-0. C.C. Sabathia with a 6-hit shutout. Here's a 2-2 off the outside plate. Ball 3. Count goes full to Morrissey. Last final, the Angels winners at Texas 8-5. Dallas McPherson hit a 2-run homer, his second. Jeff Weaver got the win, his second. With a 3-2 count and 2 away, Porter plays behind Grayson at first. He'll be running with the pitch. Edwards delivers to Morrissey. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. And the 7th inning is over. Edwards pitches around the leadoff walk and strands Grayson at first. That'll take us into the 8th inning, tied at 4-4. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Traveler.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Think of us like a thinking person voter's guide. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Travs coming to the plate in the 8th inning with a 4-4 tie. Jesse Carlson becomes the 3rd Frisco pitcher of the evening, replacing Antonio Alfonseca, who pitched only the 7th. Alfonseca set down the Travs in order, and Arkansas has not had a man reach base since Brandon Wood's single in the 5th inning. Wood will lead off the 8th. Wood 3 for 3, a double in the 1st, a 3-run homer in the 3rd, and a single in the 5th inning. Wood had only 3 hits in his previous 31 at-bats, yet he's 3 for 3 today. And Carlson on in relief. It will be the second game in a row Travis gets a look at Carlson, appearing in his 17th game of the season. Carlson has 2 wins, no losses. He saved 2 of them, 380 earned run average. Carlson standing 6'1", weighs 160 pounds. Texas League veteran, pitching in 41 games with Round Rock in 2004. He had been signed by the Toronto Blue Jays and pitched last year at their AAA affiliate in Syracuse, New York, and the AA team at Manchester, New Hampshire. Carlson signed by the RoughRiders affiliate, the Rangers, as a free agent during the offseason. Other numbers on him: .250 batting average against. He's allowed 23 hits in 23 2/3 innings, walked 7, allowed 3 homers, struck out 15. Wood, Porter, and Brown in the 8th against the left-hander Carlson. Wood has doubled, homered, singled. Here's Carlson's pitch. Way outside, ball 1. Remember back to 2004 when Carlson was pitching for the Round Rock Express as a left-hand reliever. Here's a 1-0 to Wood. Swung on, fouled back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dallas McPherson hit an 8th-inning game-tying grand slam off of Carlson at the Dell Diamond. And Carlson had been brought on to face his fellow lefty. 1-1, backdoor slider, called strike 2. That was a great pitch. Nothing Wood could have done about it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carlson trying to set down the 9th Trav in order. Wood steps out of the box. Richardson will jog out to the mound. Trav scoring their 4 runs today with a 3-run homer by Brandon Wood in the 3rd and Eric Rodlin's RBI single in the 5th inning. Andy Walker started, went 6 innings. Alfonseca on scoreless 7th. Carlson the 8th in his 17th game of the season. He has had an outstanding month of May, where in 12 innings he has not surrendered a run. Here's the 1-2 to Wood. Low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carlson gets the sign. He kicks and delivers. Wood swings and misses. Strikes out in the 8th, first time that Wood is out today. Carlson got him with a curveball, and that'll bring up Greg Porter. Porter is fly to center, grounded to second, and lined out to second base. His line out in the 5th inning came with 2nd and 3rd and 1 away. Porter hit a screamer right to where Adam Morrissey was waiting for it. Carlson to his fellow lefty, a strike on the outside corner, sweeping breaking ball. He's halfway sidearm, halfway 3/4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on another slider, strike 2. Nobody on for Porter, 1 out. 9 straight Travs have gone down. 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called on a high fastball around the letters. Porter is the 2nd strikeout victim in a row for Carlson, and he leaves the batter's circle muttering to Charlie Finley, the plate umpire. Now Matt Brown will stand in. Brown 0 for 3 as his slump slides down to 6 for his last 54. There's 10 batters in a row retired by the RoughRiders. And a fastball right down the middle to Brown, 0-1. Brown has flied out twice. Ended the 5th inning with a check swing ground ball to first. Carlson has set down 2 in a row. Here's the 0-1. Tried that backdoor slider, but it missed the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Neither team has scored over the last 2 innings. There's only been 1 scoreless frame over the first 5. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Brown looks at strike 2. Off-speed curve on the low outside corner. Carlson a strike away from whipping the side. Brown will step out of the box. Now the Trav third baseman back in. And here's Carlson's 1-2. Low. Breaking ball very close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 8th inning, the Trav's offense is stalled. 4-4 score. Frisco hasn't gotten much going either. They've been scoreless for the last 3 innings. Here's a 2-2 to Brown. And it hit the dirt, a changeup. Count goes full. On deck, Matt Pauley. Carlson, with an ERA at 7.50 during the month of April, has now struck out 11 batters over 12 and a third innings in May, and he's pitching with a lot of confidence right now. Tough left-hander from the third base side of the rubber. Here's the kick and the payoff. Ball 4 to Brown, down and in. 2-out walk. Brown takes his third base on balls of the series, and for Carlson, his 8th walk of the year. Yesterday, Carlson pitched a scoreless inning. In fact, he had retired the Travs in order in the 9th, holding on to the 6-0 lead. There was really no pressure on Carlson yesterday, but there is today. 4-4 score in the 8th. Frisco attempting to sweep the Travs in a 3-game series. Pauley standing in, a left-hander. He is flied to left, popped to first, grounded to first, 0 for 3. Pitch on the way. Missed outside. That breaking ball was close. Ball 1 to Pauley. Pauley hitting .278 now with 3 homers and 13 driven in. 13 RBIs coming over the last 11 games. He's got Brown at first. He runs fairly well. There's a throw over to first base, and Matt is back in. Carlson ready. Checks over at first with Brown and throws back to first base. Brown back in on his feet. 5 steals. Actually 5 stolen base attempts for Brown. He's been successful on 4 of them. Travs lead the Texas League by swiping 39 bases. Here's a 1-0. Swung on, fouled back by Pauley. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pauley homered in the first game, the only Arkansas run of the series until the 3rd inning today. Also singled yesterday. Now the moment, Pauley 2 for 10 in the series. Brown that lead from first, a short one, and another throw over by Carlson anyway, which is not in time. Frisco position second baseman Morrissey deep. Cruz up the middle from shortstop. Outfield shading towards left. And a 1-1 pitch to Pauley. Swing and a miss. Off speed. As it floated towards the plate, it darted down. 1-2 on the 6th inning Pauley. With 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning and a 4-4 score. Carlson struck out Wood and Porter to start the inning, then walked Brown on a 3-2 count. The 1-2 to Pauley, fouled straight back, and he remains alive. Travs tied going into the 8th inning for the 6th time this year. Frisco and Arkansas with identical 3-2 records when tied after 7. Remember, the Travs are 8-11 in 1-run games. The 1-2 to Pauley, a little low. It's an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jason Espedo is on deck. Travs have had no offense from the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 hitters. All the hits have come from 9 through 3 in the order. 2-2 to Pauley. Little tapper foul behind the plate. Reached out for that breaking ball and a very little piece of horsehide. Middle of the order has been a strength for the Travs this year. But slowing down here, at least today. 4-4 score. Ball got loose from the berm along the left center field wall, so Kevin Mahar will go over the warning track and flip it into the crowd. The count 2-2 on Matt Pauley. Door is open for the Travs here in the eighth after the leadoff walk to Brown. Carlson comes set. The target goes to the outside corner. There's a throw to first base, and Brown is back in. Carlson very heavy on the throws to first. He is really trying to keep that go-ahead run as close as he can. Back to the stretch, Carlson. Checks Brown. He's running on the 2-2, and it's driven deep to right field by Pauley. Hooking towards the foul line. The ball is foul. Pauley put a charge into the ball. Didn't quite have the home run distance, but it would have been over the head of the right fielder, Grayson. And it landed in the stairwell of the Travs bullpen. And someone's going to have to go pick it up. And believe that is Tim Bittner going down the stairwell to pick up the ball, and he's got a crowd of kids all around the bullpen asking for that souvenir. But Pauley fouls that one off and keeps the count at 2-2. They'll try for that outside corner again. Here it is. Swung on tap to shortstop. Cruz will play it. He'll throw to first base. Pauley is out by a half step. And his lunge just a little bit too late. No runs in the eighth for Arkansas. No hits. One man stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. Frisco coming up with a tie score, 4-4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a six-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom eight, still tied, 4-4. Travs failed to score for the third consecutive inning. Meanwhile, Daniel Davidson and Bill Edwards have combined to keep Frisco off the scoreboard since the fourth. Davidson left the game after the sixth inning. Bill Edwards pitched around a leadoff walk in the seventh. He comes back for the eighth. Edwards to face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Nate Gold leads off. Gold a fly to right field, a single, and a ground out to first, but he homered yesterday. 7 home runs on the season. Edwards toes the rubber. Puts his right foot on the first base side of the slab and delivers from the windup. Low and away with a slider for ball 1. 4 runs, 7 hits for Arkansas. Frisco, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for either team. Travs scored the last run coming in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 from Edwards to Gold. Swung on, chopped foul at the plate. Got it on the handle of the bat, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Edwards to go 2 innings. No one warming in the bullpen at the moment. Bill keeps the pitch count down. He could go another frame perhaps. 1-1 is up high, ball 2. 2-1 on Gold. Metcalf and Webster next. Each of them have one hit. All but one Frisco starter has a hit tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. And it's 2-2. There's one walk in this game for each team. Grayson took a walk in the 7th. Brown for the Travelers walked in the 8th. Now the 2-2 to Gold. Slider caught him looking right to the knees, and Edwards has struck out 2 in a row. Great pitch by Bill as he whiffed Nate Gold. And for Edwards, it's strikeout number 16 on the year. 5-hitter Travis Metcalf now up. RoughRiders have a pitcher warming up the bullpen, Jesse Chavez, getting loose. No one in the Travs pen. Metcalf, infield single in the second, scored. Pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1. Metcalf left 2 men on base in the 3rd inning with a ground out to Wood. And tapped to the mound as the final batter of the 5th. Now an 1-0 pitch from Edwards. Hit in the air to right field. Charging in is Pauly. Will come underneath it and put it away. And Metcalf is out number 2. Edwards has set down 5 straight. Now it's Anthony Webster standing in. The game may be going into the 9th inning with a score tied at 4. Arkansas 5-1 when tied after 8. That's 5 wins in that category, leads the Texas League. Webster chops the Porter on the first pitch. He'll glove it, step on the base. And Bill Edwards with a rather easy 8th inning. He sets down Frisco 1-2-3. That'll take us into the 9th. Travs 4, RoughRiders 4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Go to the 9th inning in a tie game, 4-4. Phil Elson with you at Dr. Pepper Ballpark on Air America Little Rock, 1380. Travs 7 hits, RoughRiders 9 base hits. Arkansas hasn't scored since the 5th inning. Meanwhile, Frisco last scored in the 4th. Remember, fans, we're back in town May 30th for a 7-game homestand highlighted by Midget Wrestling Night. Friday, June the 2nd. Midget Wrestling beginning at 7 o'clock. Ball game at 7:45. Bad Boy Brian and Little Cato battling for the World Midget Wrestling Championship. Travs Painters Caps on Saturday, June the 3rd. Brought to you by Coca-Cola and KATV. That'll be to the first 1,000 paid adults with a $6 general admission ticket. Don't forget about the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund Kids Clinic, Sunday, June the 4th. Free for kids down on the field with Travs players and coaches. And stick around for the 2 o'clock ball game as Arkansas finishes the homestand against the RoughRiders, or against Midland next Sunday. Here in the 9th inning, Jason Espedo will lead off, followed by Brent Del Chiaro and Devin Day. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Carlson, the left-hander, set down the Travs in the 8th. issuing a 2-out walk. Here's a delivery to Espedo. Slider outside, ball 1. Jesse Chavez is ready in the bullpen for Frisco. He may come on to face the 8 and 9 hitters. Carlson, a lefty, to face the left-handed batting Espedo. Pitch on the way, inside, and it's 2-0. Arkansas 7 hits today. They've been led by Brandon Wood. Wood, who's been in the throes of a 3-for-31 slump, is 3 for 4 today, including a home run. The 2-0 to Espedo is down the outside corner, strike 1. Only one of the Travelers has been on base twice. That would be Devin Day, who's 2 singles. Scored 2 runs. Espedo, a big swing and a miss. Had a changeup that floated inside. It's 2-2. Espedo still searching for that first hit of the series. He's 0 for 7. 2-2 pitch, way outside. Slider got out of Carlson's hand a little too soon, and the count is full. Carlson issued the only walk to Arkansas back in the 8th. We're in the 9th. And here's the 3-2 to Espedo. Swung on, he jammed him, popped up over the third base seat, and it is a foul ball. Espedo stays alive. The count 3-2. Good pitch by Carlson, right on the hands. Jason staying in the batter's box. Left foot deep, right foot open. Pumps the bat. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, fouled back again. Carlson aiming for the hands. And he's thrown 2 good pitches right on Espedo's knuckle. Another payoff to Espedo. Reached out and hammers it to left. A base hit, a single. Blaylock right there to pick it up. Nice flick of the wrist by Espedo with a solid line drive between third and short. And the go-ahead run is aboard on the first base hit of the series by Jason Espedo. And here comes Darrell Kennedy out of the Frisco dugout. He's going to go to the bullpen. He's got Chavez ready to go. So Carlson leads in the 9th with the go-ahead run aboard. It's a call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and Singular Wireless. 4 great services, all from one place. The new AT&T, your world delivered. We'll give you a 60-second break as the Travs have the go-ahead run aboard in the 9th inning. Jesse Chavez, the new Frisco pitcher, enters from the left field bullpen. It's a tie game at 4-4. We'll be right back after this 1-minute break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery. See extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Jesse Chavez enters the game in the 9th inning with a game tied 4 apiece. Travs trying to get out of Frisco, salvaging a win. They dropped the first 2 games of the series by scores of 2-1 and 6-0. Arkansas gets the go-ahead run aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th by Jason Espedo. That chases Carlson out of the game. Carlson an inning, allowing 1 hit and 1 walk, struck out 2. And Chavez entering his 15th appearance of the year. No wins, 4 losses, and a 4.63 ERA. Chavez, right-hander from Victorville, California, stands 6'2", weighs 153 pounds. For a 42nd round pick out of Riverside Junior College, he was appearing in his 2nd season with Frisco, pitching 31 RoughRider games last year, going 4-3 with a 5.68 ERA. Call to the bullpen is complete, brought to you by the new AT&T. Check out the new AT&T Wireless, the AT&T Wi-Fi hotspot, which is Raywinder Field. Just started last week, and you can get that AT&T Wi-Fi at the Business Person Special on Tuesday, May the 30th. Make sure you bring out your laptop or your PDA to the ballpark and enjoy wireless internet watching old-style baseball. 4-4 score here in the ninth. Chavez, who is 22 years old, is allowing a .278 batting average, giving up 6 runs in his last 2 innings. Chavez has walked 11, struck out 27, and allowed 25 hits in 23 1/3 innings. Brent Del Chiaro stands in a sacrifice bunt situation. Del, a good sacrifice bunter. He has put down 3 of them this year. Here's the pitch. He bunts it in the air. It'll be caught by Nate Gold for out number 1. Very rare that Del Chiaro does not get the sacrifice bunt down. So the bunted pop-up leads to Devin Day with 1 out. Day, with a 2-hit ball game, singled in the 3rd and the 5th, scored each time. Last time up, was thrown out after a little dribbler in front of the plate. Chavez threw 1 pitch and retired Del Chiaro. Now the first pitch today is in the dirt, but blocked by Richardson, ball 1. Well, if that pitch would have gotten by Richardson, it would have erased the fine job that Chavez did to get Del Chiaro to pop up that bunt. Chavez has thrown 5 wild pitches this year, 4 of them here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Espedo leads away from first, and Gold right there to hold. Infield double play depth on the 1-0 pitch today is high, 2-0. Kevin getting the start in left field today. Supplanting David Gates, who gets the day off. And Gates is available for pinch hitting duty, as is Bobby Wilson. Remember, the Travs are 1 player short on this trip, as Aaron Peel serving a suspension for the whole trip. The 2-0 today, swing and a miss on a fastball, strike 1. Dave's driven in just 1 run as a member of the Travs. He'd have to slap an extra base hit. The 2-1 pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Registered at 94 miles an hour on the gun from Jesse Chavez. Chavez is in his 4th professional season. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider got Day struck out. 2 gone in the 9th inning to bring up Dwayne Bacon. Bacon is 1 for 3. When we get to the bottom of the 9th, and it looks like we'll have Bill Edwards pitching again. There's nobody throwing at the moment to the bullpen. Bottom 3 hitters in the RoughRiders order: Jake Blaylock, Kevin Richardson, and Luke Grayson. Here's Bacon, grounded out to second last time up. He'll bat left-handed. Pitch, swing, and a miss on a heavy 95-mile-an-hour heater from Jesse Chavez. Kid's throwing some gas. Chavez had a .568 Texas League ERA last season. Batters hit .316 against him. There goes Espedo running before there's a pitch. He steps off and throws to first. Gold gets Espedo caught in a rundown. Flips to the shortstop, and Cruz tags Espedo out as he falls down. And Jason caught fielding to end the 9th inning. Play will go 1-3-6, and Arkansas no runs in the 9th inning. 1 hit, nobody left. Last of the ninth coming up, and the RoughRiders need 1 run to win it. We're tied at 4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the natural state, like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the '77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winter Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the ninth inning, tie game 4-4. Bill Edwards has returned for his third inning of work. After the first 6 innings were handled by Daniel Davidson. Davidson allowing 4 runs on 9 hits. Edwards has been very solid after issuing a leadoff walk in the 7th inning. He has sent down 6 in a row, striking out 2. It'll be the bottom 3 hitters in the RoughRiders order in the 9th. Jake Laylock, Kevin Richardson, and Luke Grayson. All of them have at least 1 hit. Laylock has a couple, including an RBI double, and Grayson has hit a home run. So here's Laylock standing in. RoughRiders need 1 run to win. They haven't scored since the 4th. Laylock had a bloop single his last at-bat. Here's Edwards' first of the inning. And a strike on the outside corner. Gets ahead with a nice fastball. 0-1 on Laylock. Edwards winds a high leg kick. Right-hander deals a fastball. Fouled away on the right side. Laylock swinging very late. And it is 0-2. There is action of the Arkansas bullpen. Rich Thompson loosening up. Now, in case we go into extra innings, I certainly hope that we do. Here's an 0-2 from Edwards. Laylock takes high and away. Edwards' fastball off the plate. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Laylock has homered 3 times this year. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to third. Matt Brown is up with it. His throw will retire Blaylock 5-3. 1 out. Edwards has set down 7 straight. Good appearance by Edwards so far. Looking to instill confidence in Cy Boykin so that the next time the Travs have a lead in the 8th inning, Boykin can feel confident handing that lead to Edwards. Remember, Bill has blown 3 of 4 save attempts, but not on to save this game. Going in extras is what he's looking for. Richardson, a nasty cut and a miss at a fastball. Nothing in 1. Richardson 1 for 3. Single and a score in the 4th. Richardson crowding the plate. And Edwards delivers an 0-1. Low and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The last Rough Rider batter to reach base, Luke Grayson, with a leadoff walk in the 7th. The 1-1 pitch to Richardson, a little low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. 1 away, no one on for Richardson, the 8-hitter. In the 9th inning of a 4-4 tie game. 2-1 pitch from Edwards, chopped over the middle and into center field. It's a 1-out single for Richardson, and the winning run is aboard for the Frisco Rough Riders. See if they put a pinch runner in for him. Richardson, a catcher with average speed at best. Casey Benjamin is available to pinch run. Benjamin, a speedy middle infielder that is on the bench today. And it looks like Richardson will remain running at first. So here's Luke Grayson standing in. Grayson, a homer in the 3rd. Ground out of the 4th. Walked in the 7th. Edwards set. And a pitch on the way to the 9-hitter, riding high and in, ball 1. Very surprising to see that Richardson stays in the game. But Richardson has caught all of the 3 games of this series. Dustin Smith, the other catcher for the RoughRiders, we haven't seen him yet. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Hit him with the pitch. A fastball right between the 1 and the 9 on the back of Grayson's jersey, and now Edwards has put the winning run at second base. There's a little of that inconsistency we mentioned earlier. How Bill is inconsistent pitch to pitch. And after setting down 7 straight, he allows the single to Richardson. Well, that's all right. Singles were happened. And then hits Grayson with a 1-0 fastball. And here comes Ty Boykin out of the dugout. He's making a change. He's got Rich Thompson ready in the pen. And so Boykin is going to go to Thompson, trying to force extra innings. Edwards, a fine job, but he leaves with a winning run in scoring position for the Frisco RoughRiders. It's a 4-4 tie. And Rich Thompson coming in for his first appearance since suffering that extremely difficult loss on Saturday at the hands of the Springfield Cardinals. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Today's ball game sponsored by the new AT&T, and you can check out their great deals on all AT&T services like voice services, AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network, and Singular Wireless. Thompson on. Take a 60-second break and see if Rich can't force extras. 4-4 score in the 9th. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Rich Thompson has come on here in the 9th inning, trying to force extra innings. 4-4 score, bottom 9, 1 out. Bill Edwards leaves the game after going 2 1/3 innings. Gave up just Davidson came out of the bullpen and threw one pitch. Kevin Mahar lined it into left center field for the game-winning hit. Richardson came home from second, and Frisco went into celebration 5-4. Frisco beats the Travs, and the RoughRiders sweep Arkansas in this 3-game series. Winning pitcher Chavez 1-4. Edwards, the losing pitcher, 4-2. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, and the Texas League on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SBC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs lose for the 14th time in 16 games, and Frisco the winner tonight, a 5-4 final score. Phil Elson with you on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, going over to the scores across the Texas and the Major League. Starting in the Texas League, where all the other games were finals after the afternoon battles. Corpus Christi a winner, 4-0 over the Wichita Wranglers. Juan Gutierrez struck out 9 in 7 shutout innings for his 4th victory, and the Hooks had homers hit by Derek Nicholson and Jorge Cortez. Wichita's Sung Song, the losing pitcher, drops to 3-4. The Hooks remain 4.5 games ahead of the Midland Rockhounds. Midland winning at Springfield 5-3. That'll end the Cardinals' 4-game winning streak. Bradley the winner, 2-4. Rich Rundle suffers his 3rd loss against 3 wins. Mike McBeth saved his 2nd. 1 homer the game by Juan Richardson, his 6th of the year. So Midland again 4.5 games behind the Corpus Christi Hooks. The Springfield Cardinals lead over the Tulsa Drillers dwindles down to 2 games. Tulsa with a record-setting night, a record-setting day. Driller Stadium hitting 6 home runs as they wallop San Antonio 17-2. Joe Kashetsky hit his Tulsa leading 9th home run. Chris Iannetta, Matt McCree, and Troy Tulowitzki all with their 6th of the year. Judd Thigpen hit his 3rd, and Christian Colonel hit his 1st. Ubaldo Jimenez got the win. He's 4-2. Brian Fearban, the losing pitcher, drops to 1-4. So the Drillers pull within 2 games of the Cardinals in the North Division. The Travelers remain 12.5 games off the pace. To the major leagues now, and these games are final scores. Florida roughs up Greg Maddux as the Cubs fall to the Fish 9-5. Maddux drops to 5-4 as the losing pitcher. He allowed home runs by Joe Borchard and Miguel Cabrera. Winning pitcher Moeller, his record 2-4. St. Louis Cardinals win at San Francisco 10-4. Adam Wainwright picked up the win in relief, and Wainwright also hit a home run. Wainwright 2-1 with the victory. Noah Lowry suffered the defeat. Cardinals also got a home run from So Taguchi, his 1st of the year. Barry Bonds did not play. Albert Pujols hit a couple of singles. Arizona Diamondbacks hold on for an 8-7 victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates. That'll sweep them out of town. Orlando Hudson finishing with 4 base hits. Eric Burns hit a 1st-inning homer for the Diamondbacks. Miguel Batista, the winner, 4-2. Zach Duke, the losing pitcher, his record falls to 2-6. And Jose Valverde saved his 14th. 2 homers for the Pirates. Craig Wilson, his 8th. Jason Bay, number 13. Washington scores 4 runs in the 8th inning to break a 1-1 tie. And the Nationals go on to beat Houston 5-1. Gary Majewski got the win. He's 2-2. Wheeler, the loser, his record 0-3. Only run for the Astros came on Morgan Ensberg's 16th home run. Milwaukee wins at Cincinnati 6-2 to avoid a sweep. Cliff Lee hit his 16th home run of the year. That's Carlos Lee with his 16th home run of the year. Cliff Lee doesn't do much hitting. Doug Davis, the winner, 3-3. Danny Clausen, the loser, he is 3-5. And Austin Kearns hit his 10th home run. The Mets win 5-4 over the Philadelphia Phillies. David Wright hit another homer, and he singled. He has 8 homers on the year. Carlos Beltran hit his 13th home run. Pat Burrow went deep for the Phillies. Feliciano the winner, Cormier the loser, and Billy Wagner saved his 10th. It was the Major League debut of right-hander Ale Soler, a Cuban defector who was pitching at Double-A Binghamton earlier this season. Soler allowed 5 hits and 3 runs over 6 innings and got a no decision. Going over to the American League, these games' final scores: the Angels had a home run from Dallas McPherson, and the Angels win at Texas 8-5. They win the final 2 games of that 3-game series. Jeff Weaver picked up his second win against 7 losses, while Robinson Tejeda falls to 1-2. CC Sabathia pitched a 6-hit shutout, and the Cleveland Indians blanked the Minnesota Twins 11-0. Casey Blake hit 2 home runs off Brad Radke. Radke falls to 4-6. Sabathia with a 4-1 record. At Boston, the New York Yankees with an 8-6 victory over the Boston Red Sox. Randy Johnson allowed a couple of home runs. Manny Ramirez hit 2. Kevin Youkilis hit another. Johnson 6-4 with the win. Matt Clement, the losing pitcher, is 4-4. Mariano Rivera came on for his 10th save, and the Yankees pulled within a half game of the first-place Red Sox. Tampa Bay beats Toronto 10-8. Carl Crawford with a home run amongst his 5 base hits. Toby Hall and Ty Wigginton also going deep. Shea Hillenbrand and Aaron Hill went deep for Toronto. Sean Kemp the winner, Frazier the loser. Walker came on for save number 9. Chicago White Sox win again 3-2 over the Oakland A's. Mark Buehrle won his 3rd straight. He is 6-2. Former traveler Bobby Jenks locked on to his 13th save. Dan Herron the loser falls to 4-4. Detroit wins at Kansas City today at 6-3 final score. Brandon Inge hit his 11th home run of the year. Omar Infante hit 2. Jimmy Gobble took the loss. Haven't heard Gobble's name in a while. Jeremy Bonderman, the winning pitcher for Detroit, goes to 5-3. Todd Jones came on for the save, his 15th. Matt Stairs accounting for a couple of Cincinnati's runs with his 4th home run of the year. Currently in the top of the 3rd at Seattle, Mariners crushing Baltimore 7-0. In the middle of the 3rd in San Diego, Atlanta has already hit 3 home runs, 2 by Andrew Jones, another by Edgar Renteria. It's 6-1, Atlanta leading San Diego in the middle of the 3rd. And the Dodgers hosting Colorado, middle of the 3rd inning, 0-0 score. Final score at Frisco today, the Travelers fall to the RoughRiders by a 5-4 final score. We'll wrap everything up after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back on the Allstate Insurance postgame report, Travs fall 5-4 to the Frisco RoughRiders. It's now 14 losses in 15 games for Arkansas as the record falls to 15-30. 15 games under 500 with just 45 games under their belt. Frisco jumps up to 23-22, and the RoughRiders achieved the sweep in the 3-game series. We'll be seeing the RoughRiders again on Tuesday, starting a 4-game series at Ray Winder Field. Here are the official final totals tonight. Travelers 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left. The Frisco RoughRiders 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors, left. Kevin Mahar is the BC Powder player of the game. Mahar, who had only one hit in 23 at-bats with a man in scoring position coming into this game, had a 2-run single in the 4th and the game-winning hit in the 9th inning. An RBI single to left center field. Mahar with 3 RBIs, including the game winner, is tonight's BC Powder player of the game. We'll have an honorable mention for Traveler shortstop Brandon Wood. Wood ended a long slump with a 3-for-4 night, including a 3-run homer. It was his 9th of the season. BC Powder, the official pain reliever for the Arkansas Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. If it's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Next up for the Travelers, the 4-game series at the Midland Rockhounds. Midland playing some good baseball. They're 4.5 games out in the Texas League South. Midland with 25 wins and 21 losses. It'll be the first rematch of the teams that battled for the Texas League Championship last year. Tomorrow's pitching matchup features James Holcomb for Arkansas. Holcomb's been pitching very well recently, but still has no wins to show for it. His record 0-4 with an ERA at 3.63. Mound opponent will be right-hander Brad Knox, 3-1 right-hander with a 5.91 ERA. 6:30 first pitch tomorrow. Coverage begins at 6:10 with the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, and we hope to have you with us on the broadcast tomorrow night. Big thanks back at the studios to Matt Alderman and Lindsey Floyd, to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet, and to you fans for tuning in for the baseball broadcast today. I know it's getting a little tough as the Travs continue to lose. 14 losses over the last 16. Hopefully things will turn around quickly when we get to Midland at about 6 in the morning tonight. So thanks to you fans again. My name's Phil Elson. Once again, that final score, the Frisco RoughRiders 5 and the Arkansas Travelers 4. And don't forget, it is still only a game. We'll be talking Traveler baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.